Speaking of war, Mr. Khan has been in the headlines all weekend. He has gone on numerous television programs, and his wife as well, to push back against Donald Trump attacking him. If there's anything that has happened in this entire campaign that demonstrates that Donald Trump should not get within, 500 miles of the White House, and frankly, within at least that of the nuclear codes, it's his response to Mr. Khan. I mean, here is a guy and his wife. Here is a Gold Star family, right? They are the parents of a soldier who volunteered for service in the United States Army and then died trying to save 10 of his compatriots, successfully saving 10 of his compatriots. And any rational, not just politician, I mean, a newspaper writer, op-ed columnist, opinion writer, whatever. And I haven't listened to right-wing talk radio in years, frankly, but it'd be interesting to know what their take is on this, particularly Michael Savage, who's such a big supporter of Donald Trump. But had Mr. Khan gone on TV to attack me for not supporting the fallen troops, I would have said something like, well, I see myself differently, and I disagree with his characterization of me, but I absolutely respect his right to say what he has to say, and I honor the service of his son. And I'm not even sure that the part about disagreeing with his characterization of me is all that. You could have just said, well, I have read the Constitution, and I understand this is a father who's in a lot of pain, and I honor his pain. And if he had just left it right there, he would have actually successfully minimized it. But Donald Trump is apparently not smart enough to figure that out. And that should trouble all of us. I mean, this is a guy who's running for the presidency of the United States, the office where you have to handle volatile situations and volatile personalities. How is he going to deal with the Palestinians and the Israelis? How is he going to deal with the Russians and the Ukrainians? How is he going to deal with China and Taiwan? Apparently, if any of them were to say anything about him personally, that would become the issue. Harrison Ford. This is so funny. In a way, it's not funny, but it's funny. Harrison Ford was on BBC over the weekend because when Donald Trump was asked about, people who have played president and what he's learned from it, or words to that effect, what do you think of, your favorite movie presidents? And he said his favorite movie president was Harrison Ford in the movie Air Force One. In fact, here's his exact quote that he said to, I think it doesn't say which newspaper. He told the newspaper, my favorite was Harrison Ford on the plane. I love Harrison Ford. He stood up for America. Right. Well, here's what Harrison Ford had to say in response to that.
It's a movie.
And he liked
Donald. It was a movie. It's not like this in real life. But how would you know?
There you go. He had the BBC laughing. Harrison Ford talking about Donald Trump. There's I've got just this whole big pile of stories that I want to share with you today. But just, following along that thread, the Khan family has now been supported by other Gold Star families. Karen Meredith, who lost her son Ken Ballard in Iraq, organized a letter with the families of 11 other fallen soldiers to demand an apology from Trump. This went out today. Mr. Trump, we are all Gold Star families who have lost those we love in war. Ours is a sacrifice you will never know. Ours is a sacrifice we would never want you to know. Your recent comments regarding the Khan family were repugnant and personally offensive to us. When you question a mother's pain by implying that her religion and not her grief kept her from addressing an arena of people, you are attacking us. When you say your job building buildings is akin to our sacrifice, you are attacking our sacrifice. This goes beyond politics. It's about a sense of decency. You are minimizing the risk our service members make for all of us. You are not just attacking us, you are cheapening the sacrifice made by those we lost. This goes beyond policy. It's about a sense of decency, that kind of decency that you mock as political correctness. We feel we must speak out and demand you apologize to the Khans, to all Gold Star families, and to all Americans for your offensive and frankly anti-American comments. Well said. Meanwhile, Donald Trump, desperate to save money. I'm beginning to wonder if Lawrence O'Donnell is not right, that Trump is actually not a billionaire and maybe even is broke. He just brought 78 foreign workers into Mar-a-Lago, Florida, where he's held numerous press conferences. A local job placement agency says they've got 1,300 people who are interested in the jobs at Mar-a-Lago, Trump's resort and golf course. $10.17 an hour for housekeepers, $11.13 an hour for servers, $12.74 for cooks, according to BuzzFeed. But he brought in 78 people from outside the country. Why? Because it's more elegant to have people with accents serving you.
To watch more clips from our programs, hit the Watch More Videos button over here. And please be sure to hit the handy-dandy subscribe button so you'll always be up to date. Tag, you're it.